We'll go ahead and we'll jump forward in our next slide so we can highlight your resource that I think really kind of sets the stage for when we're talking about community in this particular context. So not this oftentimes, like you said, community tends to get that misnomer of community is all social media. It's all of these different platforms. We're talking about bringing members more inward on a platform like Hivebrite. And I know that your guidebook talks about how to start using this, how to use AI in this context. So I'd love for you to kind of walk us through at a high level what this guidebook is about.
Yeah, exactly. And I think maybe Logan will be kind enough to put the link to that up there. It does ask for an email address, but I promise not to abuse that for anybody. I'll only send you cool stuff on occasion if I have something that I want to share. But this is basically a PDF that I put together as I started exploring some of the tools and resources that are available for community building. And my focus around this was, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, I want stuff that I can use right now, that I can start to use. Like, I don't care about vaporware. I don't care about things that are being developed at the beyond the bleeding edge of what AI technologies are capable of. I know there's a lot of cool stuff that's out there and that's coming down the road. But what I care about right now is what I can leverage in my day-to-day work. And that becomes things like helping me to write prompts, or helping me to analyze content on a given discussion, helping me to write policies or guidelines for a community, helping me to create video or other kinds of interesting content that I can share in that space. So those are the kinds of things that went into building this. It's a short guide. It's only about 8 or 9 pages, and it includes, in addition to a listing of those tools and links to them, it also offers some ideas for prompts for tools like ChatGPT and the many others that are like them. And I will mention, you'd asked me for favorites. I had all of my favorites are actually in this list.
Yeah.
The one that I didn't reference on the previous page that I like a lot, but I've had a little bit of a love-hate relationship with, is Perplexity. I don't know if you've seen Perplexity, but it is a Google it's a Chrome plugin. I think it probably exists in some other places as well. But it is kind of like a co-pilot that lets you search for things either on the open web, or on the website that you happen to be on, or on the page that you happen to be on. So if you wanted to summarize a discussion, if you're on a discussion forum thread, for example, and provided that it's an open platform, Perplexity can read the conversations that are on a given thread and give you the bullet points. And if you've got a good prompt for it, you can give it a prompt like summarize the discussion here. And if it's a complex discussion, you can say, tell it to me like I'm 5 years old, right? And it can give you sort of the bullet points out of that. If you go to a website and you're looking for general information, and I've used this a lot, I have a couple of customers that use a community platform, and they have a knowledge base on their main website. I could go to hivebrite.com, and assuming you've got lots of product documentation on your site, I could just ask my question in Perplexity about what I'm looking for, and it will actually sift through the entire website and give me the most likely places where I could look for my answer, rather than even just going through the basics.